Hello, hello, hello. My name is Careeta Robert Green, and welcome to the Unwrap Your GIFT Podcast, the show where we dance in conversation about all things to do with life, how to find your gifts, and hear stories from inspirational people around the world. You will learn how to celebrate who you truly are, unwrap your gifts, and step into your true, authentic power. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Today's episode is called Game Plan 2023. And I am so excited to be having this special session today. This session is the first podcast of the year. Whoop, whoop. Yes, it's called Game Plan 2023. Thank you so much to everybody who has taken time out to watch or listen to the podcast so far. We've had a whirlwind few weeks where we saw the launch of the podcast and the introduction of 6 new guests to the show. Each guest had a unique story. Their journeys were truly inspirational, and I'm so happy and grateful that I had the opportunity to share it with you all. We discussed topics such as being resilient through turbulent times, how to find your gifts, imposter syndrome, how to manage moods and emotions, and what it looks like to self-illuminate. If you missed any of those episodes, make sure that you go back and have a listen. Let's talk about Game Plan 2023. What does that mean? What does it look like to create what you would like to achieve in 2023? Many of you have just stumbled across me on the internet. You may not know me through online coaching events, or you may know me through my social media posts. Let me start with a brief intro. I am Careeta, the host of the Unwrap Your GIFT podcast and founder of Born with a Gift. In 2010, I became one of the youngest certified life coaches in the UK. I grew up wanting to be successful and work my way up the corporate ladder. I believed that this was the key to happiness. After landing a good corporate job, I discovered that this was not the key to happiness. I was left feeling empty, unfulfilled, demotivated, and feeling like I had a bigger purpose in life. The only thing was, I did not know where to start to try and find out what it was. It was recommended that I go and see a life coach who could help me to discover my purpose and help me gain more clarity and focus on what I wanted to do with my life. I hired a coach in 2009 to help me discover my purpose. I quickly realized that my gift was to empower other people to find theirs. I decided that I wanted to also train and be a coach. The only thing was, I could not see anybody who was 24 years old at the time that was doing coaching. It was mainly aimed at senior corporate professionals. I wanted to become a coach so that I could also share the powerful tools that I had learned with young professionals and also make it more accessible for them. I went to train with the Coaching Academy. After that, I was certified, I was fresh, and I thought that I'd be able to find a job in a company as a coach. As you could imagine, there was not many people who wanted to hire a coach who had very limited experience and had just qualified. I set up my own coaching business and started to teach professionals how to set goals, find their gifts, and step into their power. I quickly quit my corporate job and went full steam ahead. Hundreds of people would attend my live coaching events as I was an early adopter of social media and would vlog my journey as a young coach. It was lights, camera, action, and I was full on coaching. I was winning awards, helping lots of people. There was only one issue. I stopped investing in myself. I became an empty cup and had nothing left to give. I stopped running a business and deleted all of my social media accounts. If you've ever found your gifts and been at the height of your career, when you stop, it can become a very dangerous place. I had what some people may call a dark night of the soul. I locked myself away from everybody and I didn't want to talk or see anybody. I wanted to get a normal job and be just like everybody else. After years of working back in the corporate world, I faced a number of redundancies. My health deteriorated and my best friend of 18 years died suddenly, aged 36. I knew it was time for change. During the height of the pandemic, I relaunched Born with a Gift. I wanted to continue my mission to spread the positive message that we are all born with a gift and we all have special skills, talents, and gifts that we could use to be successful. I relaunched and shifted everything online. Since then, I've coached hundreds of people from around the world to unwrap their gifts and step into their power. 500,000 people have viewed my social media accounts, and I have launched a successful podcast. The exciting thing is that I'm just getting started. This time, I've heavily invested in my own personal development, and I'm surrounded by my own coaches and mentors. I'm still committed to empowering people to unwrap their gifts and step into their power. That is my purpose in life, every single morning. When I wake up, I know I have something to offer the world. And with every podcast, with every workshop, and with every post that I do, the underpinning thing is to leave a positive message in the world. Legacy. What is legacy? Legacy is that message that you leave when you're not here anymore. And living with purpose gives you something to wake up for every single day. When I was in my dark night of the soul, I was not living on purpose. I struggled to find a reason to wake up some days. Always have a reason for your being. Game plan 2023. Everybody listening to this podcast right now has a vision. You may or may not see it very clearly. However, you do have one. There's something that you would love to do this year, whether it's to get a new job, start a business, go on holiday. There's something that you have a vision to do. Now, what usually happens is that people have a vision of what they want to do, and they look at where they are right now, and it's so far away from where they want to be that they get stopped. That's when all the limiting beliefs start to show up. I'm not good enough. It will not work out for me. Look at them. They've done it better. And we start to convince ourselves that it's not possible to achieve the things that we said that we wanted to achieve. As a coach, I work with hundreds of people, and I could tell you now that there are very similar things that come up. Usually with high performers and ambitious driven people that I work with, the regular things are usually people do not feel good enough. They struggle with perfectionism, they have a lot of procrastination, and there are people in their life telling them that it's not possible. Oh yes, today we're going deep. On these solo podcast episodes, there is space for me to really share observations, thoughts and feelings, and it's just me in a world of speculation. There is space for me to dance in conversation. So thank you to those of you who are still listening and have the patience. There will be valuable gems in between this dance. I remember there was a time where I wanted to help everybody. I literally wanted to coach the world. The minute someone said that they had a setback or a block, I would jump in and say, "Have you heard about coaching?" I cringe when I think about it now. Now I'm more focused on working with people who want to help themselves. I love to sit back and listen to people explore and discover their thoughts and then coach them through their limiting beliefs and creating a plan to move forward. A sign of a good coach is one that listens much more than they talk. In life, we often have conversations with people and there is not much listening that goes on. People are usually waiting for their opportunity to jump in to tell you what they need to say. So today, I'm creating a space for you to reflect. What do you really want in 2023? This question goes deep. What do you want? Not what your parents want, Not what your partners want, not what society wants. What do you want? If you're struggling to think about what you want, then think about what you don't want. And usually what you want is on the opposite side. Have a think and write it down. Really reflect on it. Get present to what's in your space and what it is that you want. A lot of people do not invest time to discover what they really want from life. They're too busy running on the treadmill. Got to go to work, got to pick up the kids, got to run a business. Always busy fighting fires, but not doing what I really, really want. Then life happens. And all of a sudden, there's a realization that they're not happy. Why am I always busy? Why do I not have the time for myself? I feel like a failure. I'm not good enough. Then the thoughts tend to go down a rabbit hole. I want to put a disclaimer here. Sometimes in life, we go through really traumatic experiences. Things happen that are not very nice. And it can be challenging for us to step over those things because we keep going back to those moments. And mental health is a real thing. I always highlight that there is a difference between coaching and counseling. Positive affirmations and other mindset tools may not be appropriate when there are deep-rooted issues that need to be addressed. Trauma could be embedded deep, and it's important to get those issues from the past resolved so that you can move forward. It's okay to not be okay. When people cannot get past a particular moment that causes extreme stress and anxiety, then a coach may not be the best thing at a particular time. Counseling may be the best option to deal with that particular situation or incidences. However, if you feel like you're ready to move on in life and look at how to create what you want in the future, then coaching may be the best option. This podcast will be a mix of me asking coaching questions to create a reflection space and special guest appearances. If you've not invested at least 2 hours per week to look at what you want to create in your life, then this podcast will be a great space for you to take time out. For 2023, what does it look like for you? What are your key focus areas? Think about your health, your fitness, your romantic relationships, your finances, your career. What does it look like for you in all of those areas? Sit back and reflect. What do you want? What are your 3 focus areas for 2023? Out of the 3 focus areas that you've picked, select your top one and write down one action that you could take to move forward. What is one action that you could take right now to move forward? It could be as simple as adding time in your diary to get started on your goal. This is the start of how you can start to set goals and move forward in life. Obviously, I'm not going to go into the full depths of goal setting on this podcast. However, there is power in setting goals and taking action towards making them happen. I don't want to keep this podcast too long, so hopefully that was useful for you today. Game plan 2023. What are you playing for? What's your game? Also have a think about your word of the year. My word of the year is rebirth. It's time to rise. My focus for the year will be running more live masterclasses, online coaching events, rolling out the Unwrap Your GIFT program more widely, growing the podcast, building a powerful team, and working one-on-one with a select few ambitious-driven, ready-to-ride private coaching clients. I want to work with people that are ready to take action, are coachable, and want to get out of their comfort zone. Let's go. This session was all about creating a game plan for 2023. I hope you enjoyed. I love feedback. Drop me a note on LinkedIn on how you think this episode was. Leave a review on Apple. Share this podcast with fellow ambitious-driven professionals. Show some love. Do you want more episodes like this? Let me know. Remember to subscribe to the podcast so you know when I drop a new episode. Sometimes I drop them even before I promote them on social media, so you will be the first to know. Follow me on LinkedIn to stay connected. Also, sign up to the Unwrap Your Gift Masterclass if you want to delve deeper into how to create a powerful game plan for 2023. I will share the 7 secrets on how you can find your gifts and step into your power. Over 60 people from around the world have booked on so far, and we are going to start the year strong. The links will be in the show notes below. Thank you so much for listening. And remember, we are all born with a gift. We all have special skills, talents, and gifts that we could use to be successful. And now's the time to unwrap your gifts. Have an amazing day and see you soon.